So, a new day, a new country. Well, not really, an old country. Now we're in Greece, Ilada, Calamira from Ilada. And we've just arrived here. We flew in from Singapore and bought a bus, a shuttle bus to our base, and I think we've got our first. I'm not sure what this man's want. No, they're giving him money. Sorry? No, I'm sorry, I can't. So we've got our first beggar here. First up. That's something I didn't expect. Did you expect that, darling?
No, I don't know what to expect because when the homeless people, I really feel sorry for them, genuinely sorry. But you don't know what to expect when you are in a different country. If they are beggars, if they are people who wants to take advantage of you.
Well, here we are in the streets of Greece, walking around. Already seen a motorbike rider, well, gently pushed off at an intersection, just enough to nudge him over. We helped him get up. Walked by a Greek bookshop, had lots of old books, beautiful looking books. Picked one up, started reading, and of course I realised it was still Greek to me. We're heading our way along the street. I wish I could tell you where it is, but I really don't know. Hopefully somebody will recognise it and tell me what it is, because we're trying to work out not to make any strange left or rights, because we are going to be able to find our way back to where we belong. And not being able to read the street signs is making it quite a challenge. But yeah, Greece is a modern city. I'm not sure what part of the city we're in, as far as whether it's upmarket, mid-market or typical, low market even perhaps, I don't know, it's hard to say. But I did hear a story, we've heard a story at our coffee shop where I noticed all these riot police walking around with shields and everything. So I popped in at the girl who speaks really good English. And I said, well, should I be worried about all these riot police? She said, look, no, I don't think it's happening today, but since the metro, we've had a situation where people are forming these protests. And I said, well, what's the protest about? And she goes, well, it's the metro. They don't want the metro. Now I'm thinking, metro, that's a train station, right? Now, who on earth doesn't want a metro? It turns out that the people who pay rents don't want a metro, because the metro makes the area more desirable. So landlords want to put their prices up. It's more expensive to live there. And it's not the landlords complaining, or the government, it's the people that live there. So on Friday, she's given us a tip, some areas to hide away from, because the protests are, well, let's say riots. In fact, I'll, just as I speak, across the road here, there's a two buses with police written on it, and it's for rioting. They got all the mesh on the windows so the rioters can't break the buses up. And now on our leisurely walk, we stumbled across the pom-pom guys. I spotted them from the other side of the road. I said, quick, we found the pom-pom guys. Just trying to keep people out of the shot so I can see the pom-pom guys doing their thing. Now, I don't know too much about it. It's a really good building. Hopefully somebody explains to me what it is. But these guys are pretty serious. It's a bit like the guards at Buckingham Palace, only with pom-poms. A little bit of goose stepping, but to show you he's got flexibility in that hamstring. Now Pretty sure that was just a subtle hint to me, knowing that if I were to lift my leg up like that, I'd hear a loud pop and I'd be writhing around on the ground. So I think that might be his way of explaining to me not to mess with him, because he is flexible enough not to destroy himself by stretching. Now, I think now we have a senior officer approaching. He's having a word to him. He's giving him his score. He's told him, I don't know what the score is. I think he keeps the score secret. Goes straight at the second guy. Looks like it might be the winner in today's competition. He's looking him up and down, checking out. Grab hold of his gun. He doesn't seem pleased. He does not seem pleased. No smiling going on here. He's whispering something out of the other side of his mouth to the first pom-pom man. And I think we've done it. I think we know who the winner is, and I think it's number 1 pom-pom. He's going over there and he's sharing the with a twitch of the mustache. He's sharing the results of today's pom-pom shoe wearing, goose stepping contest. So yes, and we were very lucky just to be here at exactly the right time to see it live. As we were walking down the path there, making a few jokes as you do, in the lobby area of that quite nice looking hotel. From the other side I thought, someone's got a stone house in their parking lot. I wonder if the Sheraton would let me do that back home if I asked them in a nice way. When we came around the corner I felt like a complete fool, because it's not a little house at all, it's actually a beautiful little church. So Elaine and I just went to church for the morning. Okay, so these lovely beautiful little narrow streets, all one way. And there's lovely little shops in them, all kinds of little surprises. It's quite nice, it's got a very good feel to it walking down here. Graffiti doesn't seem to be frowned upon here. It's quite common everywhere. I don't know if it's abuse or thought of as art. I'm not sure, but it is everywhere. And in Ilada, specifically Athena, that's a church. There's a beautiful old building on the other side. I get the impression that we're not going to be short of a church or two to find. That's a beautiful, probably a cathedral down here. Beautiful masonry. School groups clapping. General school groups clapping. Beautiful old building there. We're going to have to go and check out. I think we're starting to find the good parts. And this beautiful little church. I've just seen a sign up that explains to me that we're approaching, I think it's called the Plaka district, which is the old part of Athens. And that would fit in well with what we're seeing here. We're seeing all kinds of older buildings, older things. Orthodox way. Come in. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes, it's really nice. Beautiful stonework. Simple, tasteful icons. Hasn't got the artwork that you see in some Orthodox establishments. It's a little bit understated, which I appreciate as a Catholic. But we know it's Orthodox because you got that area there where the priests go in behind that area there. So, welcome to Plaka. In this country, Plaka is not found on your teeth for your dentist to remove it. Plaka means the old part of town. So that's where I belong. Old things belong in old parts. We're going into the good old bit. A nice modern delivery van to spoil the, well, that and the sound of jackhammers to spoil the image of going into the old part of town. So far we've found cafes and a shop that sells interesting clothing. I guess if you're an Orthodox church, it might be a very good place to visit. Oh. Now I'm sure these all the things are genuine antiques. Perhaps not as genuine as the ones we just saw. And that's the oldest house in Athens, and I believe that's the house that saint may have lived in. His name I've already forgotten because it was something Theos, meaning friend of God. He was killed by the Turks 500 years ago.
Oh no, they were just looking. Thank you. You're welcome.
And a beautiful garden setting with a lovely looking menu that we're going to go back to. We just met Giannis, and just here, look up on that hill, there's a bit of an old building up there, and I wonder what they're building. So that's what we're going to see, but probably not right now. We're going to set out and have lunch with Giannis first, but there's stuff over here, lots of old stuff to look at in this place. I really am starting to get excited about, oh my goodness, look at this. I was giving me goosebumps like this. Seriously, I know I sound like a weirdo, but this is history right there. Like the real deal, real history. Fantastic. Wish I knew more about it. I haven't got too many jokes about it. It's pretty serious. It's good stuff. Oh, I'm having a great day. This is a great day. Anyway, go back, have a bit of a feed with Giannis, and then we're going to come down and learn a bit more about this. It's actually time for Acropolis now. It's a lot higher up than I imagined it would be. And I had no idea there were so many the walls, the structure of the walls. Now I know there's a lot of history of the place, and I'm really going to have to research it. I like to make up fun history though. I don't know what the true story is, but a little bit unprepared right now. And this is just amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. With that wall, that's what I sort of imagine what the Temple Mount in Jerusalem must be like. But I'm not there yet. One day I'll be there. Here I am at an amphitheatre, ancient amphitheatre. It's got all the information written down here, but I don't really want to read all that. Half of it's in Greek, but I do know that there's a date here mentioned of 267 AD, which kind of surprises me because I thought that was like Roman days. But it's an amphitheatre. So just think you could sit there and watch somebody wrestling with a two-headed python from the Amazon. And you don't get shows like that anymore. Since that TV show Friends, there really hasn't been much in the way of entertainment for modern man. But the old ancient man, he knew what real fun was all about. Columns, a little bit shorter than most of the columns, but I guess they had short people back then too. Walk up this not so ancient concrete ramp makes me realise that back in the ancient times when man sought safety from his enemies, the best thing to do was to get up as high in the hills as you could, because if anybody walked up this ramp with a sword in their hand with the intention of overpowering a well-rested defender, he'd have to be kidding himself. I think by the time you got up here with a sword in your hand, you'd probably seriously think about just jumping off, because it's quite exhausting. You get out here just in the open, as nature never intended it to be, is a beautiful piece of hand-carved artistry, worthy of a museum in itself. Sitting there out in the open, not behind a road, but just there, saying, "Put your bottom on me if you want." Well, old friend, not on this occasion. So I must continue the trek. Continue up, 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 or down, but more up. Here at Peripatos, we see the first evidence that the ancient builders didn't quite finish what they were doing. As you can see, they've left their scaffold in place. Well, the other feature of being up here is the view of the city, the white city. From here it looks like it's all made of marble. It's whitewashed concrete, of course, but it does look like it could have been made of marble. That's the modern city of Athens. Well, just my luck again. Made all this way to Greece, see the apocalypse, and turns out it was the Acropolis. Completely different pronunciation, but just like the Statue of Liberty before it, the lion fish thing of Singapore more recently, and Big Ben during COVID. It's covered in scaffold. Now, this is an ancient monument. They must have had cars to come up here back in the ancient days, and they've rusted away like my old Cortina. Because walking up there with a bucket of water to have breakfast, boiled eggs in the morning, it would exhaust you. It's a killer. It's a hell of a hill, but it's here. I'm here, and it is worth it. An amazing sight. And apparently it's a bank. At some point it was a fort. Mainly it was a settlement up here where no one would think to come and take your stuff. You've got a place to put your security lockers. Just a thought. The ancients weren't silly. And then later, well, originally it was a bank apparently, and that was called Greece First National Acropolis Bank. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. I like being here looking at it. I haven't been in the pyramids yet, but this is really something really amazing. video YouTube documentaries. It's nothing compared to actually seeing it. I'm pretty good with measurements. I reckon that'd be 6, 18. I reckon around about 25 metres tall each column. And they've been here for thousands of years. And I know that within 100 years of me passing, nothing I ever built, nothing I ever did, probably no one I ever knew, no one I'm related to, will still be around. All traces of me will be gone. This is still here after thousands of years. Now I ask you, who really is the environmentalist amongst us? It's very Roger Deverous, windy here. Not aware. I don't know if everyone's aware of that, but just bear that in mind. If you ever do make the trek to see the Acropolis, well, actually, see the Parthenon, which is on the Acropolis. The Acropolis is on which we stand. Parthenon is quite. Just expect to get a Roger Deverous hair for the trend. Those I'll look at the other side there. Yeah, those statues holding that part of the building. I suspect they're not the original. I believe the originals are actually the museum. So they're remade, or as the Balinese say, antiques made to order. But the other thing, appreciate here on the video, is the amazing view of the city. The view that the ancients would have had. Boy, anyone coming here, you'd see them a long time before they get close. You'd have a plan in place. And then there's another thing, and I don't know what it is, but I suspect it's a church up on that mountain. It's even higher than this. It's the only thing up there. Purpose built as if God made it that way. I gotta tell you, I just love Greece. I love the people so far. Everyone is just so good, so nice. Their English is better than the Greeks we have in Melbourne. I know all the ones in Bexley and Sydney, their accents aren't half as thick as our Australian Greeks, which is curious. And just love it. Feel like it. Sitting down, talking to a waitress for us was like sitting at somebody's home and having dinner with them. It's just amazing. But that's the building we're all here to see. Parthenon. For a long time, I thought the Parthenon was a big snake that squeezed the life out of you. But I realised that that's my first ex-wife. And this one here is the Parthenon.